Hello, this is the Tradesight U.S. Stocks and Futures Market Preview for Thursday, the 7th of April and Friday, the 8th of April, 2016. Hope you're having a good trading week. Tend to combine our previews for Thursday and Friday. There's not usually a point in doing one for Friday by itself because most of the week is played out. Everything we've been talking about has occurred. I will say that we just had a very excellent day today on Wednesday, 7 for 7 with our triggers with market support. Some of them moved very well. Top pick off the report, LGND worked, QGen worked, not QGen, FPRX worked. We had a nice short in SWKS. Rich had some longs in the afternoon, BMRN. Really solid day, even though volume was only 1.6 billion shares on the NASDAQ, which is the best of the week, but not really what we like to see. So we always know there's going to be like usually one day out there that's going to be a decent day, even when the week is light. Monday and Tuesday were not those days. You could sense the volume was really low. It was low again today, but at the end of the day, there was better movement today, and a lot of these trades triggered with full market support. There were daily chart breakouts, all the stuff we like to see. It was just really phenomenal. So no complaints about what we got here on Wednesday, and you should have done very, very well with Tradesight on Wednesday. All right, so what does that mean for Thursday, Friday? Well, hopefully we get one more trading day. I would say at least I'd like to have two every week that are really good. Most weeks you'd like to have more than that, but when volume's light, you can't be assuming anything about what the market's going to give you. Here's the ES front month futures contract. This is the daily chart. This is the true way to look at the market. We are 12 candles up towards a secret 13 sell signal. So one more candle that meets our criteria, and we're going to get the sell signal on the market. Now, I will tell you that if I scroll back through this, you got to notice something on the daily chart. Okay, the last time we got a secret 13 sell signal was in January of 2015. So it's been a full year. This is on the daily time frame. It's been a full year. Everything else has either been recycled or whatever. So we haven't. This would be a big deal if we got this sell signal, and especially where we're at, right against the static trend line, back near the highs from a year ago. I think this could really lead to a move downward. And again, the downward move would lead to the red line that you see, which is just above 1880. It's almost 170 points lower. So that's a good trading opportunity if it happens fairly quickly for us. So we're going to keep an eye on that. But we need one more day up to really get that signal. All right, so let's not worry about that for a moment. Let's go through some of the other things that happened today. We've got crude oil up 37 cents to 38.12, little bounce off of where it got down to the other day. We got gold up $4.90. Notice the support here at the static trend line, the red static trend line. For the day, the S&P gained 21 points, which is nice because it really opened flat. So we actually had some movement as opposed to some days where we gap and then don't go anywhere. We actually had movement today, and that's where you got to make the money. NASDAQ NDX, NASDAQ 100 up 73, new closing high for the year on the NDX, and we're still heading towards that green static trend line. We're not near a 13 sell signal on the NDX. SOX up 7 basically, could break out. There's a huge breakout point over about 6, we'll call it 695. On the stocks, that would be interesting. Biotechs finally had their big day. This is what helped. Remember, and here's the important thing. They hadn't been doing much lately, but they lagged everything else. But look at that 13 buy signal back a couple weeks ago, and the test of the risk line, that pink risk line, we never broke that. That's the buy signal hold point, right? And we curled up. So that gave us the ultimate turn-up signal in the market, and it is coming to fruition on the biotechs, it's an important sector, but it's been a lagging sector for this move. So for this to start to turn up is positive for the market. Interesting that at the same time, the broad market's getting a sell signal in the next couple of days here, potentially. The broad market sell signal is nice because it lines up with this VIX signal here. Now, the VIX was down $1.33 to 1409 today, but it's still above the pink risk line of that 13 buy signal. And remember that last buy signal was in December, led to a big move down in the market. So we're still, biotech's starting to move off of 13 sell signal. They're really doing what the signal already said. Everything else is pointing to like a top in the market. Trading to close at 0.95. That puts the 10-day moving average at 1.15. NASDAQ volume 1.6. It's better than Monday and Tuesday. But again, the last 2 days have been fairly light, so you got to take the days that you get. 1242 positive on the advanced decliners on the NASDAQ. 1552 positive on the New York. Google gained $9.50. It's been pretty flat for the last 2 weeks, so no volume and volatility in the market leads to Google doing this. By the way, look at the 13 sell signals over the last year on Google. There was one back in September, led to a nice downward move from 675 down to about 625. And then another one at the end of the year. Remember, we had that end-of-year tax run-up. Got a 13 sell signal 3 days before the end of the year, and then that led to a decline. But it's also the pink risk line of that that's containing this stock. So at some point, if it breaks that, that'll be a real breakout. Apple up $1.15 again. Amazon up 15. 94. This will give this, by the way, I got a projection mode. There's your 12. So one more candle up gives you a 13 sell signal also on Amazon. Notice Amazon had a 13 sell signal last in December, and look at how that worked out all the way down to from 675 to 475. So keep that in mind when you get these sell signals. They're the most important signals in the market. You put them on a broad time frame like the daily, it matters. I feel bad for people who don't have these signals because you can't possibly win in the markets without them. Netflix down 11 cents. No big deal on Netflix. All right, quick look at the intraday action. Again, after a boring day on Tuesday, a fairly boring day on Monday, here we are, flat opening, played around for an hour, then we broke out, then we took out, this is where it gets interesting, right? You take out the highs of the prior day where you've got a gap to go fill, and everything starts to move. And even though we had one pullback to retest that level, we had some nice futures trades today. We had a mixed bag on the opening range plays, but a nice NQ winner. Okay, and then here's the NQ side, and again, this one even better. Look at this is where we made the money on the futures, right? The cup and handle formation breaking out into the gap about an hour in, ran up to fill the gap from the prior day, and actually closed higher. Really nice run in the markets, really nice run. Just stick with that direction. You got the construction, you get the move, you make money in the futures. You're looking at stocks all the way into the end of the day because they never went red again. There's where you make your money in the markets. That's how this works. All right, so what do we have for the next 2 trading days? Just so we're going through the data. On Thursday, tomorrow, we have initial and continuing jobless claims an hour before the bell, natty gas an hour in, and the consumer credit number at 3 p.m. Eastern time. Friday, the only number is wholesale inventories. Earnings start next week, so those will be pick up and get more significant for us next week. That's about it. Charts, as usual, brought to you by eSignal 12. If you've not yet taken a trial of our services, feel free to do so. We will help you out for a couple weeks. If you do find these videos useful, please like them on YouTube. It does help us out. We're going to be making some money hopefully on Thursday. I don't know about Friday. I will miss the second half of Friday. I'm not going to be here at all. Family coming into town I got to deal with. So Thursday all day, though. Let's see what happens. Have a great trading session.